Hello and welcome to Mailtrap videos where we explore the world of emails. Today we'll show you how to send emails using PHPMailer with Gmail. First, we need to obtain a Google app password, which allows us to leverage Gmail SMTP. Open your Google account settings and use the search bar to find app passwords. Type in the desired name and click Create. I'll call mine PHPMailer. Hit Create, and you'll see your freshly generated app password on the screen. It's important to copy the password and store it in a secure location, since you won't be able to obtain the same one again. Next, navigate to your location where you want to create your project. Since this is a demo, I'll create the project folder on my desktop. Then, open your preferred code editor, select your project, and use the following composer command to create a vendor folder and PHPMailer itself. After a few seconds, you should see the confirmation in the terminal. Now, to make sure our credentials remain safe during transmission, we'll create a .env file in the root directory of our project. Here, we'll insert our credentials, which include hostname, port, your Gmail address, and the app password we created at the beginning of this video, which you need to make sure doesn't have any spaces in between 4-letter blocks. Then let's use Composer to install php.env, a package for loading environment variables since PHP can't do that natively. Of course, remember to save the .env file once you create it. And finally, let's create a file within the main directory which will handle our email sending logic. I'll call it send-email.php. In the same file, we'll first add the opening PHP tag so our script runs as PHP code. Then, let's import the required libraries, which will load PHPMailer, enable SMTP functionality, load.env for handling environment variables. And since we installed PHPMailer and .env via Composer, we'll load them with the following line. Additionally, we'll add 2 lines to initialize and load our environment variables. Next, let's create a new PHPMailer instance. Set the email sending method to SMTP and enable debugging output. Then, we'll load SMTP settings we previously specified in our .env file, as well as enable TLS encryption and SMTP authentication. With security protocols out of the way, we can proceed to load our username and password from environment variables. Then we will set the from and reply to address, add a recipient email address, define the subject line, specify that this is a plain text email, and write the actual email content. For the finishing touches, we'll add the send method and our error handling logic, which will display a message based on whether the email was sent successfully. And that's it. Save the code and run it with the following command. Lastly, let's check the inbox. Perfect. Our plain text email is waiting for us in the primary folder. Now, let's move on to HTML emails. But before we start, why not take a breather and hit the subscribe and notification buttons? We have other PHP tutorials waiting for you on the channel, and more email-related goodies are coming up. To send HTML emails, first we set mail is HTML to true. By doing this, we alter how the email content is interpreted and rendered by email clients. Next, we update our mail body with an HTML message tucked in tags, just like so. And as is according to best practices, we'll also make sure to include a plain text alternative. This is just in case some recipients' email clients don't support HTML. Again, let's save the script and run it with the usual command. Let's quickly check the inbox. Great, our HTML email was successfully delivered. Sending emails to multiple recipients requires even less work, since all you need to do is to add more addresses using the mail add address method. However, note that with this method, you send one email to all recipients at once. This means your recipients will be able to see who else received the email. To avoid this, simply add them under mail add BCC method which will send the so-called blind carbon copies like so. Now, our recipients aren't able to see whom we've sent the email to. Next, let's send an email with an attachment. This is as simple as placing your desired file in the root directory of your project and using the following method. Inside the parentheses, we will pass dir, which returns the absolute path of the directory where the current script is located. We'll also specify the attachment name. Now let's run the script and check our inbox. And voila! Our cat picture is waiting for us there. Next, how about we make our email display the image in line rather than as an attachment? To do this, we need to reference our image in the email HTML using CID, short for Content ID, which will serve as a unique identifier for our embedded image. Then let's replace the add attachment method with the add embed image and assign logo_CID as the content ID. Finally, let's run the script. And there it is, our embedded cat image is waiting for us in the inbox. With that, we've covered the most common sending cases using PHPMailer with Gmail. Now, if you want to send emails without Gmail SMTP, we've prepared a comprehensive PHP tutorial with multiple sending methods. See you in the next one.